Hello everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a very exciting one. It's another reading vlog, but not just a regular reading vlog, but one in which I read one of my favorite booktubers' favorite books. Lots of different booktubers have done this type of video before. I'm sorry, I don't know who the first person to do this is. But basically trying out booktubers' favorite books. This will be like a little series on my channel. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it, but I am excited to read some super loved books. For our first installment episode of this series, I'm going to be taking recommendations from Hannah's recent reads, reading some of her all-time favorite books. So if you don't know Hannah, she makes amazing videos. I will link her down below and in the cards. I love her content. I love her weekly reading vlogs, and I love her ability to get her physical TBR down to 0, because that could not and will not be me. But she also has great reading taste. I'm gonna be reading 2 of her favorite books, and both of them I'm super excited for, also nervous for, because people love these books and both of them are in series and people love these series, so I'm a little nervous, but I think they're gonna go well. So let's get into what I'll be reading for this reading vlog. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both those mean the absolute world to me. My Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads will be linked in the description box below. And let's get into what I'll be reading. This is what I'm going to be reading first. This book took BookTube by storm last year. Like the second half of last year, especially Hannah. So I'm going to be reading Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I think Hannah was the first person I ever heard talk about this, and then it obviously just like took off, but I'm really excited to finally get to it. It is chunky and I know it's emotional and kind of a lot, so I'm a little nervous for it, but I'm hoping it'll go really well. I'll talk more about what each of these are about when I'm actually reading them, but it's like kind of a toxic romance, 2 people that just can't let go of each other. Then the other book I'm going to be reading in this vlog, I'm so excited. I'm speechless. I'm so excited. I'm also finally going to be reading A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And yes, I've never read this series, but today is the day. Well, not today because I'm not going to be reading it today, but this vlog is where it's happening. I have only read the Crescent City series so far from Sarah J. Maas. I have the whole box set of this, so I really hope I like it, but I think I will. Like, everyone loves this series and I know people love it even more as it goes on. Hannah's actual favorite is the next book, but obviously I need to read this first, and I think she just loves this series, so we're just gonna count it, and I think it counts. But I think these are both really hyped books that I'm super excited to get to. Nervous, but I think they'll both work out pretty well. It's a red theme, I guess, so we love that. I will be, like I said, reading this one first, but I'm excited to see what the hype is about, so I will start with this one and I will check in with you guys when I have something to say about it. Make sure to go check out Hannah's channel and subscribe. She's got great content. I'm sorry, this is a bad angle. I just don't feel like going to find my tripod or standing up. So, it's only like the 26th and I've only read a little bit, but I am reading Magnolia Parks. I've read like 60 pages, so I don't have many thoughts, but I just wanted to say, and I mean this as a compliment because I think some people will not take it as a compliment, but so far this is making me think of a something I would read on like Wattpad or the app Episode. Shout out to the Wattpad and Episode girlies, because and like I said, I mean that as a compliment. Not like, sometimes the writing on those aren't the best, so I don't mean it like that. I just mean the concept of it. So far, with Magnolia and BJ knowing each other forever and them dating and then him making this huge mistake, doing something really bad, They still sleep in the same bed every night, but they're not together at all. And then just the dynamic with the friends and with Magnolia's family being so used to him being there. I don't know, it just all feels like something that I would read on one of those apps because I love it. So I'm enjoying it so far. Yesterday I decided I would read 100 pages a day. I already failed that yesterday, so maybe I'll read 150 today, just because I don't think I'm gonna get to 100 pages each day. Don't have much to say, just that it gives me those good vibes. Makes me, like, it's a comforting vibe so far. So, yeah, that's all. I am officially halfway through Magnolia Parks. I'm on page 250 exactly. And so I thought I would come in and let you know what I'm thinking. Did I tell you what this is about? We mainly just follow Magnolia Parks, and she is basically a socialite, very, very rich. And we follow her. We also get the point of view of BJ Valentine. They dated for like 4 or 5 years. So they broke up, and they've been broken up for like 3 years. They still sleep in the same bed every night pretty much. They have this really complicated relationship and friendship. Their lives are so intertwined with each other's that they just can't let go, even though BJ sleeps with a different girl any night that he's not with Magnolia. I'm really enjoying this. I think it's super fun. As I mentioned before, it just reminds me of something that I would read on Wattpad or Episode in the best way, because this is a life that I want to live. I want to be a rich socialite that doesn't have to do much, have all these nice clothes and all this money and blah blah blah. And this guy that'll basically do literally anything in this world for her. I think it's fun, but I also think there are some, so far it's not like dark topics, but like harder topics with like infidelity in multiple situations, drugs and alcohol and problems with that. And I understand why people love this so far. I'm interested to see what will happen in the second half, just because I literally have no idea. And this one is one where it's not a guaranteed happily ever after type of romance, so I'm kind of scared for the ending of it. And just the second half. I have met Daisy Hates just a bit, who other books in this series is about. She doesn't seem the most likable yet, but we barely see her. Like, there's just mentions of her. She says like a few words, so I can't say anything yet. That's also a thing with this book, is normally if in real life and in like some shows and stuff, if there was a character like BJ, the way he is with sleeping with women and doing it to kind of hurt Magnolia, basically just to know that she still cares about him. If I normally had a character like that, I would hate him. But for some reason I like BJ. So obviously that's good about the writing. It makes them likable, because none of the characters are like great people. Magnolia isn't awful so far, but she kind of uses people. Like, no one in this book has been amazing of the main character, of the characters that you get to know the most. So it's interesting that I still really like the characters, because obviously the author's doing something right. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I'm gonna try and read another 50 pages tonight and get to page 300, or at least where the chapter break is around there. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, so I think it's a win up to now. Hopefully that doesn't change. I don't think it will, but like, I don't want to jinx it, so here's to hoping. Hello everyone, so it is a few days later, and I'm just coming on here to tell you that I finished Magnolia Parks, and I loved it so much. It was so freaking good. I understand the hype 100%. I ended up giving it 5 stars. It's just like up my alley. Exactly a kind of romance-y book that I want to read. It's not like it's a romance, but like it's a toxic romance. And the characters in this book hurt each other on purpose. But nevertheless, I don't care. I wanted the toxic romance of this book. And I really enjoyed it. Like, I liked the characters in this, as like unlikable as they are. I liked them. And I feel like it was a really good story. It was long, obviously, it's almost 500 pages. And I didn't even really feel like it was too long. So that's always a good sign. So I'm really happy that I read this. 1 point to Hannah, because this is amazing. 5 stars. Loved it. So can't get any better than that. Maybe I should start doing like a scoreboard for this. We'll give a point for every star. Let's do that. I'm excited to get into the other books. I know the next book follows Daisy Hates as like, I think alongside the same timeline as this is happening. So I'm interested to see that story, but I'm really excited to get back into Magnolia's story in the 3rd book. So I don't know when I'm going to continue because I'm trying not to spend money currently. So I can't buy the 2nd one yet, but I will definitely get back into the series ASAP because I really love it. 1000% see this on my favorite books of the year. So it's officially May now, so I need to start my May TBR, and I'm gonna start May off with reading A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'm actually just so excited to start this series and start this book. I also have the audiobook on Audible, so I will probably start listening to it today. I'm like nervous. I don't know why. Probably just because this is so hyped up that I'm just like, I need to love it. But also if I don't love it, then I don't love it. But I want to love it. Especially since I have the whole series. So I need to at least enjoy it enough. So we'll see, but I'm really excited. And this vlog is off to a great start, so hopefully we continue to go up from here. Or at least stay the same. But yeah. I'll talk to you probably like halfway through A Court of Thorns and Roses. Hello. Don't mind the huge pimple on my chin. I didn't realize it looked that big. So, it has been a while. I'm reading this very slowly. Not because I'm not enjoying it. I just don't think I'm at a point yet where it's super gripping. I am on page 182, chapter 20, so I'm about halfway through. I'm a little less than halfway through, but I thought I would still update you anyway. I don't know, I just feel like nothing too gripping has happened yet that I'm like, I need to continue reading this. And quite honestly, I just have a lot of stuff going on in my life that need to take priority over reading. So it's like decent and it's good so far, just nothing crazy, amazing, special. But I am still really excited for the second half. I have less than 4 hours left on the audiobook, so that's good news. I think it was pretty close, maybe like 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't know, somewhere around there. For those of you that haven't read it, like me, since we're halfway through, I'll give a bit of a synopsis. So we have Feyre, and her family kind of fell from their power, and because of that, they're very poor. And she is the one in the family that is kind of taking care of them. And part of that is going to hunt for food. So she ends up, when she's out hunting, killing a wolf. And this wolf ends up being Fae, which killing Fae is really bad in this world. Someone comes to take her as a punishment for killing this wolf, this Fae. She goes and lives in the Fae land, the magical land, with this beast that took her. And as things warm up, she starts to become closer to the 2 male Fae. But there is something going on in the Fae world, looming over the Fae world. Need to fix it, or else it will have a very negative effect on this world. I don't know if that was a good synopsis. I think this first one here is supposed to be like a Beauty and the Beast inspired thing because she's forced to live with this beast. I don't think it continues to be that story later on the series. So yeah, I'm enjoying this. Like right now it feels like a 4-star, nothing like a 4-star rating. Nothing super wrong with it, but it's not giving me the feelings that the Crescent City books have so far. But again, I still have half the book, and I know people who love this series even say like go through this one and then get to the second one, and the second one's like incredible and it's great from there. So those are my thoughts so far. Not too bad. So it's like a day or two later. Wanted to do another update. I was just gonna wait until I finished, but I feel like it's important. So I am now on chapter 36, which is just over 300 pages in, and it's getting so much better. It is a lot better. Nothing, like I said, it wasn't bad before, but like things are actually happening at this point, and the stakes are getting higher that I'm like, I want to read this. I want to find out what happens next, which I'm really excited about because I wanted I still wanted this to be really great. So I am, maybe I'll finish this. Hopefully I'll finish this by the end of the weekend. It's Friday currently, so I think I have less than 100 pages left. But yeah, I'm enjoying this even more now. Without spoiling it, there's some tests, some like trial kind of things, like a competition kind of thing. Trying to use a word that won't give it away, currently happening. So yeah, the stakes are higher. Makes it a little bit more interesting and a little more gripping. So I'm enjoying it more than I was before. So I feel like that's an important update instead of just letting you think I think it's meh for the rest of the vlog. So we love that. Hopefully I'll finish it soon. Honestly, I might read some more right now because my Wi-Fi's out and I'm supposed to be doing school currently. So maybe I'll read. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll talk to you at least. My goal is to talk to you by Sunday with a finished book. I'm here to talk to you because I finished A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I get it. I get the hype. It's Sunday now, and so I ended up reading about 50 pages last night, maybe a bit more, and right before I went to bed. And I stopped because I knew if I continued, I would just keep reading and I would end up staying up really late. So basically the first thing I did waking up this morning was finish this. And then I had to go have a shower and think about it and digest it all before I came and talked to you guys. The ending and like the second half of this book was so good. Really, really interesting. I think set up this series very well. The challenges trial kind of thing that I'm trying not to spoil too much that happens is really fun and adds like another layer of, makes the stakes higher, and it's really, really fun. The male characters in this, I can see why people really like them. I just watched a video where it was actually Hannah's video that her fan row book tag, and she said she didn't like one of the characters in this book, like I think later on in this series. So I'm really interested to see why that happens or like what changes. So I'm just really, really excited to continue on this series. I have the rest of it up here, so I'm really excited for this one because this is Hannah's favorite and like most people's favorite in this series. I was just on Jade's reading sprint. I mentioned that I finished this and they said like this is one of the best books ever. Like someone said this is basically near perfection. So I'm really excited. I'm definitely gonna like force it on my June TBR. I forgot what month it was. But I'm gonna wait until June to read it. Over 620 pages, so a lot longer, but I'm excited and I will listen to the audiobook for this one as well. So I can't wait to continue on with this series. The fanro lover in me is really coming out. I already really enjoyed fantasy romance from this beautiful book, but just reading more of her books is making me want to read even more fantasy romance and explore into other authors. The next type of this video where I read a booktuber's favorite books, I'm going to be reading a really popular one that's from a different author, and I'm super excited about that one. It's also chunky, I believe, so watch out for that. But yeah, as I mentioned before, the first half is a little slow. I don't know how I would describe it, just not that much happens. I don't know that I was invested enough yet for that to for not much to happen. It's different because, interesting because so many people say like nothing happens in a lot of this book, but like I did not care. I loved it and I felt like stuff was happening, but I think because of that it's gonna land this a 4.5 rating. What a successful reading vlog this was. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I feel like I talk so much, so good luck to editing me. But this was really successful, and I can confidently say that Hannah has great taste. I loved Magnolia Parks. Like, this is a new favorite, and I cannot wait to continue on in the series. It'll probably end up in my favorite books of the year. And this was also so good. Obviously, I just raved about it. It makes me really excited to continue on with this series. So I understand why A Court of Thorns and Roses series is like her favorite, and same with Magnolia Parks. Like, these are both so amazing, and I'm so glad I finally got to each of them because they've both been, since Hannah started raving about Magnolia Parks, I've wanted to read it, and like A Court of Thorns and Roses I've wanted to read since I've discovered booktube. Definitely happy I got to them finally, and will be continuing on with the series ASAP. This one definitely in June. This one when I'm able to buy Daisy Hates, so cannot wait. So I think I mentioned earlier I'll do like a little bit of a point system with both of my ratings. That gives Hannah 9 out of 10 stars. So I don't know if I should do half stars on there. 9 out of 10 stars or 9.5 stars out of 10. We'll see what I decide when editing, but that is everything for this vlog. Again, if you haven't checked out Hannah's channel, make sure you do. I'll link it down in the description down below. Definitely go subscribe. She makes great content and reads a lot of books. Like, she's so fast for reading. I don't know how she does it. And take some of her recommendations because I say she has good taste. I'm excited to continue on with this video series. If there's anyone you want me to like try out their taste, definitely let me know down below. I only have one other one planned so far. I don't know. I have so many booktubers that I love, so I don't know who I'm gonna pick next. I also want to give people like a chance and pick like books that there's a chance that I'm gonna like it, because like I don't read sci-fi and I don't know how much I'm gonna like any sci-fi, so I'm not gonna pick, if someone's favorite book is a sci-fi, I'm probably not gonna pick that one. Let me know like who you want me to do, and like if you know some of their favorites, let me know as well what books I should read for their video. I think that is everything. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those mean the absolute world to me. If you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses or Magnolia Parks, let me know your thoughts on them down in the comments. I will see you in my next video. Bye!